Morning.
So freaking tired.
Squirrels! Alright. Apparently the squirrel was more interesting to me than you being what?
Fucking tired?
Tired. Well, you did good at the gym yesterday. I saw, you said you did a bunch of...
30 squats at 100 and...
You said 36 presses at...
30.
30?
Dumbbell, not barbell.
Yeah, before we get badge.
And keys, lock. I'm good.
Alright. I didn't want to get too terribly far away. Then have him realize, oh my god, I forgot my balls. Or something. I'm like, you don't need your balls to work.
No, I don't.
In fact, I might actually do them a service if you don't take them inside your work. So it is actually pretty chilly out this morning, but freezing fog. So I realize our apartment is very poorly lit to an extent. And I'm not sure if that camera is just like oversensitive, but it's like if I keep the flash on, I have to literally be looking at a light bulb with the camera for it to not use the flash. I was standing in...
No, if you turn the flash on...
No, it's auto flash. There's no on flash.
Okay.
There's advanced flash, which is like weird. Then there's auto flash, and then there's no flash. Okay. And I was standing in the kitchen this morning and it was like underneath the light with my bare chest, and it was like the whitest of white could happen. And I took it and it put a flash on, and I was like, what the hell? And I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, I want to get pictures of like the shadows on my chest. I don't need you whitewashing everything out. So I turned the flash off and then I took a picture and I went, nope, I'm just that white. I don't know what happened last year. I'm looking at last year's videos and I am like red in the face constantly.
No idea.
Yeah, probably because maybe it was the fact that I was kind of getting sunburned a lot over the summer and it just sort of like wrecked everything, and now I've kind of evened everything out. Or I've just gotten used to it. I don't know. I look weird. But anyways, I need to warm my hand back up. He needs to figure out what just happened on his phone. It's Facebook.
It's email.
It's email. A lot of people with a Max platform today. Hi.
Hi. Damn, that fog's bright.
Damn, that fog is thick.
That too.
I mean, that's not even a quarter mile, and we're already losing visibility.
Yeah.
Like, it's a quarter mile from our place to here.
Yeah, and
That's like
I can't see that.
That's like an eighth.
Yeah.
That's half the distance.
Yeah.
Because that field is deceptively large, actually. I mean, every once in a while we'll stand here and we're like, oh, it's not that far over there. And then there was that one time during ingress, it was like during the day, and then I just thought, oh, we'll walk over there, and we walked across the field to get over to Zipcar, and you were just like, this field ends. And I think it's just got that nice little like dip in it. Like there's a low dip in it that makes it look shorter than it actually is. Like I would practice my footwork out here, but it's just ankle roll alley. Because there's holes all over the place. No, I'm probably gonna go back out to Coyote again. I call it Coyote, but it's the 53rd Street Park. 53rd Avenue? Street? Whatever. Bam! I'm just gonna save footage and warm my hand back up. You are being...
Yeah.
Hi, it's 11:55. 11:58 according to the camera. 11:57. Wait, the clock's back powered. Anyways. So, based on something that happened on Tumblr last night, as I was going to bed, but my pill was kicking in, so I was getting loopier as days went by. Haha. Time went by, hours went by. Anyways, so there was just a main theme that's been going on Tumblr about suicide. I forgot Leela. Anyways, and someone else was gonna have one of the people I follow someone that posted a suicide note, and they then posted me, person one, person two. Person two posted a suicide note. Person one said, oh my god, I don't know what to do, they're going to kill themselves. I saw this on my post, but I was in bed looking at it sideways last night. So I got a message together and was like, I can't necessarily help. And I was having trouble swiping because my nerves were starting to go to sleep. Gotta love your anti-seizure medications. Anyways, but it got me thinking today, and they talked about on The View today about Leela. I'm a terrible person that I don't know their name. And I'm not sure which direction it went, so I'm just gonna use they as a generic omni-term. Not in the third person point of view, but it's a generic gender term. It actually is that way. You can actually, look it up. That's what we learned in English class. Anyways, I have, experience in suicide. I tried it once. Obviously, it didn't work. It would have, but I was trying to tell him last night that I was like, if someone's talking about it, like if they post a suicide note if someone posts a suicide note, whether it be to Tumblr or Facebook or Twitter, 160 character suicide note, weird. But, no shade. Wow, it's the first time I'm hearing that term. Anyways, it's kind of a nervous topic to talk about because, well, like I said, I tried it. Didn't work. But only worked because I actually was chickening out. I was chickening out of a situation. And the only reason I knew that I was chickening out is because I knew that if I told anyone, they would try to stop me and that it would work. Sounds terrible, but it's true. It would have worked. Someone came and checked on me because I wasn't acting normal. Anyways. Getting nervous and I'm not paying attention to the camera right now. So I was telling, because it's not great. So I was telling him last night, I was like, if they're making a note and then you respond to the suicide note and then they respond within minutes, they haven't gone through with it yet, obvious. But in my experience, I'm 33. I've been dealing with people committing suicide, and I put this in quotes because only one of them out of the hundreds have actually died. We'll get more to that point in a second here. That they tell people, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go through with it, I'm gonna go through with it. No, they tell people because they know other people will stop them. It's kind of an attention grab, kind of. It is a last ditch effort. You do need to talk to the person. It's understandably that you don't really want to talk to them, but you just need to talk to them. That's it. They're looking for attention. They're looking for some semblance of validation because they don't have the thing yet to validate themselves or the situation that they're in. When it comes to Leela, yeah, bad situation. However, I'm not necessarily a fan of people, kids running away from home, mainly because the parents can enact a lot of parental rights. But now this is going to be highly unpopular based around what people say. It's still sad that they went the route that they did. But they're on the internet. Literally, the internet is a wonderful place. And if you cannot find a support system to help you get out of that situation, you can plan an escape route pretty effectively. You can live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere and be able to get somewhere pretty easily. There are people that know people that know people that have cars that have nothing to do in the middle of the day that live in states. The internet is a wonderfully connected place. To be fair, you can't live too terribly far away if you have the internet. I mean, there are people that just don't have the internet and they live in the middle of nowhere. In fact, I know some people here in Oregon that aren't even on the power grid. Anyways, apparently they were on Tumblr consistently. This wasn't like a once a month or only on the weekends sort of thing. This was fairly consistent. So obviously they could have provided an escape route because it was just the parent. There would have been a legal battle beyond all belief. They would have been alive to fight the battle. I know it was painful and nobody wants this. And I understand that I cannot drive across the country to go help someone. But if there's someone here in Oregon within 100 miles, which is a lot of our state, that is I plan on, killing myself, that needs to get out of a bad situation, I can do something. I can plan something. I can find people that have a couch that can get them away from the situation. There are places around Portland, at least, that I could just sort of say, here, it's something, it gets you away from your parents so that you can start working towards, legal repercussions. And they were 17. I understand it was that little bit more. It's just sort of could you handle much more? Yes and no. Could they have handled more? Yes. Could they have handled more? Obviously not. But the idea that I'm trying to make across here is not about Leela. It's about the people, the one person that I knew that wound up actually committing suicide is the one that didn't tell anyone. The one like me. Nobody knew. Nobody's really, I think a few people after the fact said they suspected something, but they didn't say anything. And I don't really know why, but I don't talk to any of that group anymore. We all sort of fell apart after that. Not after that, a little bit more than after. Anyways. So the silent ones is the ones you really have to worry about. Don't immediately say that someone is not going to commit suicide because they're talking. Because they're like sitting there, you know, threatening. But you don't need to like make them keep thinking about it. You don't need to make them keep worrying about it. You know? And if someone has to threaten suicide to actually get you to pay attention to them in a more active fashion, that should kind of say something about you and not something about them. And this is you general. If you follow someone on Tumblr and they post a lot of selfies and you may or may not click like or reblog or comment about things, then, you know, who says, you know, you're the one that caused it? Well, you probably did. Who's to say that you don't need to be the greatest person out there. But some people don't get any recognition, or they get very little recognition for their stuff. They put in a lot of effort for things and they get pushed aside because the world's a terrible place. And it's not just because we've made it a terrible place. Human beings and life in general is tough. You know, you're not gonna get swooned over and like fawned over because you did such an amazing job building a Lego castle that had directions. That's like helicopter parenting right there. But like when it comes to Tumblr, when people feel like they're alone, nobody talks to them, it's part of it is, you know, that they feel insufficient, that they're putting in some effort and it's barely getting recognized. I know I felt that way on Instagram a couple times where I've posted really good pictures of like myself. But anyways, I've got a lot going on. I've started rambling. It doesn't take much to a little bit more than passively engage in someone's life. If it's their Tumblr life, if it's their Facebook life, or if it's their YouTube life. I understand that like, in my case, subscription numbers don't really mean much, but that's the thing. The same thing is on Facebook. Your amount of friends doesn't define you. The amount of things, the amount of the things you acquire, it's the interaction between. I know on some of my Trek Tuesday videos, they're about Star Trek Online, they get posted to Fleet forums and then blow up with comments there. But I'm not in those Fleet forums and I don't know what these people are talking about. And I go on to the next video and I look at my YouTube thing and I see maybe 2 likes, no comments. And the same thing happens with a bunch of my other videos. The people that generally watch the actual daily videos and stuff, they just contact me elsewhere, mostly on Facebook. I've had a few people contact me directly on Tumblr about a video, but that's rare. And I'm like, there's a comment system on YouTube for a reason, and I don't know why people avoid that. I don't know. So now that I'm like choked up and my throat's drying out, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for a One Take Friday. It's warming up around here. I'm gonna go do my footwork after 40 degrees out. Oh, Lord. Anyways, I'll chat with you guys later. Think about this.